good to see you also. So, Bobby said hi, Mom.
Yes, I want to test.
Mom, Bobby said hi.
Is that what?
Bobby said hi.
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby.
There's Robin. It's so good to see you. Lucky Boy Blue, good to see you. Okay, my mom's really trying to leave here. She has errands to run. But yeah, so thank you. We're going to probably wait a few minutes. Everybody's saying hi to you now. We're going to wait a few minutes for my dad to get here. So while he's getting set here, I want to give you a little bit of background on my dad. Hey, magical mom. Oh, by the way, before we get started, did you look at Shy in the Sky with Diamonds? You see how it says crew on the side? I finally got the subscription thing all settled and everything. So finally, you guys have special little things next to your names and everything. I finally have that subscriber button. I'm really happy about that. So if you'd like to, feel free to subscribe. It's somewhere up here. But in the meantime, I guess I'll introduce my dad. My dad was actually born and raised in New York. Oh, there he is. So he's not a native Californian. There he is. We got Dad now.
Hey, all.
He is really into fandoms like I am as well. And if we can't read anything there, I can also put it up here too. He's into fandoms as well. He is actually responsible for my love of fandoms, I would say.
Could be.
He likes theme parks. He's wearing his James Bond shirt, which worked well for the little snippet. Robin, she's on my team. She says, hi, Dad.
Hi, Robin.
Let's see. What else is there about you? You're a hardcore Superman fan.
Pretty much.
He loves Godzilla, Star Wars, Thunderbirds, James Bond, Star Trek. What am I missing?
I don't know. What else?
You like Marvel, obviously.
Marvel.
Matrix.
DC fan, too.
Yeah.
You know, all those things. And then in my other life, it's classical music, Richard Wagner and his Nordic stuff, which is kind of like Marvel of the 1800s.
So my dad's still getting used to TikTok, so those are gifts that the Disney dad is giving me. Thank you so much. They're subscriber stars. I just got a subscriber button yesterday.
You got a subscriber button?
Yes. Excuse me.
Hey. Subscribing.
He's subscribing. Does he like Harry Potter?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I was about to purchase the series the other day, and because I've seen the whole thing once through, looking at possibly seeing it through again, but
it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. They do have it digitally on Apple TV, by the way, with extended cuts. I don't know if you're interested in that.
Well, I'm
just saying. I finally purchased it. That was for the plane.
We could talk.
We'll talk.
We'll talk about it later. In just a minute.
She's got subscribers. Hold on, I'm missing some of your comments. She's big timing it now. Oh gosh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, so the emotes, Dino Nuggo. Good to see you, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to try and make more emotes for you guys. Okay, big question. What's better, Star Wars or Star Trek?
I don't know. To me, they're two totally different universes.
That's what I said.
Two totally different approaches to reality.
That's what I said.
Star Wars, to me, is very much a... how would I say... Star Wars is the kind of Flash Gordon swashbuckling kind of experience with morality play in it, of course. And Star Trek, to me, while it has some of that, especially in the first series with Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, played by DeForest Kelley and Shatner and Nimoy, those ones from the 60s, which I'm going to give away now, I actually saw as a kid. That's how old I am.
He's really young, huh?
But, those were dealing with social issues and intellectual types of challenges of the day. So I don't know, I think they're both spectacular, addressing different things.
I agree, though. It's apples and oranges, where I feel like Star Wars is more of, space travel and everything's already established. Everything, it's more about the Empire versus the Rebellion, while Star Trek is more exploring everything out there. But that's
in my world. I went to see A New Hope when it was first released in the theaters. That's how long ago that was. When the dinosaurs were almost extinct. That's how far back it was.
Did you see Mom just
but I can remember what's that?
Mom just kind of snuck by in the back.
Did she?
My mom just. No, it didn't work. You snuck by in the back.
I'm not taking this anymore. I'm leaving. Bye. For reals.
Woman, go.
People can't take a potty break. Come on.
This is my family, folks. Welcome. Robin says you subscribed a long time ago. Hello, Christina's dad from South Dakota.
Hey.
Hello.
Wow.
How much did he bench in high school?
How much did I bench in high school?
Did you even take? Did you?
Well, I did some weightlifting. I was more into martial arts back in the day. Bruce
Lee.
Absolutely.
He reminds me of Tony Danza a bit.
You're not the first to say that.
I've seen the first movie right now. Hello, CMM Dad. That's the Hanson family. Okay, the Hanson family. They're the ones who I did Oogie Boogie Bash
Yeah,
with.
okay. Yeah.
He was the Hatbox Ghost.
Yes.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, that was very good.
Oh my gosh. And Hanson family. Do you see the crew thing next to the... We finally got it sorted. I'm so happy. What was Christina's first ride at Disneyland?
Okay, well,
I don't know this.
We're going to have to really rewind.
Andreas is with us.
Hey, Andreas.
Our Andreas, yes.
Yes. Happy birthday, by the way,
Yeah, it is
Andreas.
Andreas' birthday, by the way.
Birthday.
Definitely wish him a happy birthday. Andreas is, he's close with us because of the church and here too. So
yeah. And it's where he's looking in. He's in Germany, and it's close to midnight there. So Andreas, you're
kudos.
You're a real trooper there.
Yes.
To be up this late to chime in on Christina's.
It's my first ride at Disneyland.
Disneyland. Christina's first Disneyland experience, she was only about 3-4 years old. And we stayed at the good Disneyland Hotel here in California. And unfortunately, the little one, she had a fever. She wasn't feeling well. But on top of it, this was a gift to us, so we still went. So we didn't get to go much. But her her first ride was possibly Mr. Toadwild's ride.
Really? I didn't even know this.
Peter Pan. What else did you do? You basically those.
So Fantasyland?
Fantasyland kind of rides is what she did. She was petrified of the chipmunks. You know how they come around and, which was the name? Chip and Dale. Yeah, for some
They're my
reason you're
favorites now.
She was screaming about those.
Dale is my favorite character now. Oh my gosh.
What else? You can went on the carousel. You like the carousel.
Now I'll get sick.
The Disneyland carousel.
Right. Now I'll get sick.
And I guess she was destined for some of this fandom stuff on TikTok because one of the first pictures that she had in her room at like 2-3 years old was a picture of not Mickey Mouse, etc., but Disneyland. So she would wake up looking at that. So
was it the Disney World castle though?
I don't recall.
It was a castle, one of the Disney castles.
It was one of the Disney castles. Yeah. So.
The Disney dad says, "Who's the best James Bond?" You and I both can agree on this one.
Oh,
ready?
Geez. Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery is my favorite.
But then again, you know how it is. If I can be blunt, sometimes your first experience sometimes turns out being your best. So Sean Connery was my first.
Okay, aloha, hi. Oh, Hanson, thank you for the corgi. I missed it. Thank you. Fair answer. Any crawl next to Mom? Hold on, I'm behind on the comments here. Well, I'd love to have seen Star Wars in '77.
Yeah, it was. But see,
hi, everyone.
To a point, space travel was established. But really, George Lucas and Gene Roddenberry changed the way we looked at the world.
Thank you, Hanson family. He has to go serve and protect. So
you do that.
He's a cop.
Thank you.
So
thank you for your service.
Anyway, hello from Arkansas, USA. How are you both? Oh, we're good.
Doing good. How's the life and times in Arkansas?
Right? When was the first time he went to Disneyland? When's the first time you went to Disneyland?
I was 19 years old. I just moved to California. And
19, I was 79?
Put it this way, they just finished within, I think, that year or the year before doing things where you had to buy tickets for each ride.
So the e-tickets and everything were gone by that point?
By about a year or two.
Okay.
But the expressions were, let's go on that. That's an e-ticket ride, which would mean that would be like a super fast, roller coaster like, Space Mountain or something like that.
I didn't know that. Things I didn't know. You guys are asking good questions. You look like your father. Well, but good to see you.
I may have had something to do with that. I don't know.
Hello from Canada. Hello.
Hey, Canada.
I would love to direct Star Wars. That would be really cool, but I gotta admit, in the newer stuff, Jon Favreau has really been doing really good. Mandalorian and everything. He's been doing great.
I just got done watching Obi-Wan. That was quite good.
What? Oh yeah, on the plane. You did.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good. I love Leia.
Very good. Yeah.
What was the first ride you rode? You?
Me? Mm-hmm. I think the first thing I went for was Space Mountain because that was the fastest.
That sounds like you. Totally
roller coaster that they had.
I feel like thrill rides.
So I went that. I can pretty much tell you it was. They didn't have Thunder Mountain at the time. I don't believe. I don't remember going on that. What I do remember is hitting up Space Mountain, and then the next one was the Matador. Which, if you have back problems,
Matterhorn.
Matterhorn. Sorry, if you have back problems, the Matterhorn will definitely jolt you around a little bit. But
Lucky Boy Blue, what was his experience like filming God and Salsa? Because I have mentioned it.
Wow.
Because Soulful Serotonin was the mother in that. So she's on TikTok as well too.
Right.
So that's how I mentioned you. I said, if you know Soulful Serotonin, you may have seen my dad in that as well too. Yeah. Robin, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Yay.
Experience doing God and Salsa. Well, for me, God and Salsa goes back 5 years because I was friends with the writers, and they had actually asked me if I would look at some of the pastor's dialogue and maybe write some of that. So I did that for them just to be a blessing. Didn't expect, hey, now, would you be interested in being in it? So that was another experience. And actually, that was difficult because I don't know what you guys know about
I told the mayor minister.
Yeah, so, you know, I've... That's a matter of fact, this Sunday I'll be speaking at our church and we'll be live streaming. Well, for me, preaching is very spontaneous. Yeah, I have notes, but it's very spontaneous.
Yeah.
Well, after I wrote the dialogue, now I had to memorize that dialogue, and that was kind of difficult in the sense of having a preset thing I had to say, and then we would go through these scenes where I would be saying it, and then, okay, John, we're going to take it from another angle. So now I had to say it exactly the way I did the previous time so they can be properly spliced together. So that was a different experience.
Did you write your own lines?
Pretty much in that case. There was a criteria of what was written there first, but then they asked me to go back over them and really make it like a minister's, what I would be saying from that point of view.
But you're such a natural anyway. It worked well. Disney Dad, thanks for sharing the live. Someone says hello from Sicily Volcano. Someone lost I kind of missed that. I apologize. Do you remember Christina's first Disneyland treat or snack? Oh gosh. Think real far back. I think 35 years or 30 years.
God. What was the first thing you ate?
They have churros, Dole Whip, they have pineapple, they have
I really
pickles.
Don't, because she was sick.
Oh, that's true, huh?
She didn't eat much. That first Disneyland experience. Now, we can, I assume, because this is fandom based, in addition, her next amusement park beyond Disneyland was Universal Studios, which you may remember.
I don't remember doing Universal.
She went to Universal Studios with me, and we were going on all the rides, and I particularly remember going on what was then the E.T. ride. It's not there anymore. Oh, and she screamed and yelled the whole way through. She was terrified of that.
I do remember that now.
And then after that, she's like, I'm not going on anything else with you. So
it's true though. It's true. I remember E.T. said my name like, excuse me?
Yeah, that terrified her too, because when you get off the rides.
How did they do that though? Did you have to plug in your name or something at the beginning?
There was something at the beginning. Where they asked you, I think what your name is, so you're in the system. When you come off, E.T. goes, oh, yes. Hi, John. Oh, hi, Christina. And she's like, ah. Yeah.
I tried watching that again recently.
She screamed.
And I realized how creepy E.T. really is. He's terrifying. Disney Dad, what should Christina's next loungefly be? Oh, gosh. I don't think he knows what loungefly is. My mini backpacks, like this one.
Okay.
This is a loungefly.
Okay.
And I'm kind of a collector and I need to stop. I have a problem. So his joke is, like he'll tell Andrew, he's like, she can get another lounge fly because I said so. You know, like, you know, he said I love spending other people's monies.
Educate me. Why is it called a lounge fly?
It's the brand.
Oh, that's
like Old Navy's a brand and all that. That's a brand. A lounge fly is a very popular mini backpack. Okay. What is the fandom that you guys bond over the most? Ooh.
Well,
there's a few that we bond over, though.
Hold on. I could show you what we bonded over first, which is a fandom. I don't know if you would all be familiar with it. So let me see if I can get this.
There's a lot we bond over. My dad and I are actually friends. We're not just father-daughter. We're actual friends. So we do get along and, you know, have fandoms we talk about.
Sure.
Which one are you talking about?
Right.
My very first... I don't remember my first. I know what we bond over now, but...
Well, this piece of music you may have heard before.
Okay, I know where he's going.
Yeah.
And then I'll back up in the comments. I'm reading your comments, folks, just so you know. We're just going one at a time.
Let's see if I can play this and see if they can hear it.
You may have to tell them at some point what it's related to. And the lyrics are not kill the rabbit. I just want you to know the actual lyrics are not kill the rabbit.
So this now goes into that classical element. This is called Ride of the Valkyries. You probably have heard that before from Wagner's opera called The Valkyrie. And I used to play that in the house, and there was in the early 90s a video that came out of the opera performed on stage with the Valkyries singing and all this stuff. And Christina, sitting in the high chair, would demand, "Daddy, put on the Hayataho."
That's
because
right.
That's one of the
German lyrics.
Type of German lyrics that there. Andreas, I'm sure, knows what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh!
So that was one of the first fandom things, because Wagner, that whole other area, believe it or not, is a major fandom things with Wagner societies all over the world, and so that would be one of Christina's first. I don't know if
that's
that
true.
Speaks to you at all, but hey.
Although the one that gives me the most nostalgia is, I believe, from Tristan and Isolde, the Prelude.
Okay.
I think that's the one where it brings me back. Was Christina specifically terrified of anything as a child? Everything. I was scared of everything. Men in Black gave me nightmares, for heaven's sake. I mean...
Specifically anything? I don't know.
There was many things, like kids, you know.
In certain respects, just typical kid stuff, but, you know... There wasn't that much that you... I think one of the things which I did, which was terrible, I don't know if you remember, made her scared of the water for a while.
Oh, I remember that.
I'm
still mad at you for that.
Yes, see, you should be.
Mm-hmm.
So she had these floaties on. She didn't want to go into the pool. She didn't know how to swim yet, but she had these nice floaties on. So Dad said, "Come on, you'll be fine," and I just nudged her, and she fell into the pool, and yeah.
I didn't learn to swim that day. He had to pretty much pull me out. Didn't work.
Bad dad.
Sir, well done. Your daughter brings us so much joy. Aww.
Yeah, she does. We love her too. We're actually going to keep her for a whole nother week.
Just a week. Then he's done. He's like, you guys can have her.
Then we'll see if we renew, you know. Yeah, you can still be our daughter the following week. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's on a week-to-week basis.
Oh my gosh. Is that Flight of the Valkyries? Love that piece.
Yes, absolutely. Die Valkyrie.
Yeah, that. Another one you may be familiar with Richard Wagner is Here Comes the Bride. That's another famous one from Lohengrin.
Lohengrin, third act, yeah.
That's also Wagner. So you hear Wagner a little more than you would think you did.
Yeah,
you know, you think
pretty regularly, yeah.
So they're laughing because you said that. They'll keep her another week.
Well, she does good. If not,
If she does it. The Italian side's really coming out. We go to New York for a couple days, or for him a week, and now he comes back like this. Undead Bagel, I recognize, but hi Undead Bagel, good to see you again. Does he have a favorite Disney character?
Favorite Disney character?
No pressure.
Well, I could say one of my first real Disney encounter as a kid was Fantasia. And my favorite and my most frightening is in that movie.
That's true. It was your most frightening, and now it's
to the point where it scared the bejesus out of me that night. But I absolutely loved, of course, Mickey as the sorcerer.
Of course.
Or the apprentice, actually. And then in the end of the movie is Chernobog, the satanic creature, and that scared me as a kid in the movie. And then when I came home, my dad, thinking it would be so wonderful, he bought the album then on LP, and I'm getting ready for bed. It's kind of dark in my room as my mother is changing my clothes. I'm 4 years old, and he takes the album out and puts it in front of my face. He goes, "Look, John, look what I got!" And right in the middle is Chernobog. Scared me for the rest of the night. Just
But now it's your favorite.
What's that? Fantasia?
Chernobog.
Oh, I still have in my closet Chernobog choppers.
What created the turnaround? Was it just overcoming a fear, or was it just a big bad character, or like what was it? Because that is a massive turnaround from being frightening to now I gotta have some memorabilia.
Well, I think if not, without getting too philosophical here, real quick, conquering our fears.
We
many
talk philosophical
times,
here once in a while.
Okay, well,
so they're familiar with
conquering our fears does empower us to overcome other things. So whatever Chernobog represented to a 4-year-old, as I got older, 6, 7 years old, all of a sudden I began to look at Chernobog differently. I began to look at what that really meant. It all of a sudden had a meaning to me. That whole sequence had a meaning to me. Not to mention the fact that the music, "Night on Bald Mountain" by Mussorgsky, is spectacular. So I still like the music. So I was faced with having to face Chernobog every time I listened to "Night on Bear Mountain."
Still, I don't listen to it even that often personally. Are you guys planning to go to a theme park? Well, we did just this past year. We went. I took them to Universal. Because at that point you finally just saw the entire series, and I thought he would like to see Wizarding World, and he did like it. So it was really cool. And of course, when you go, you have to go on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. The arm, it's a genius ride. It really is. It's, I would say, equivalent. It's like Disneyland's Rise of the Resistance at Universal Studios to me. Like it's one of those jaw-dropping rides, so I had to see if he could experience that. So I'm hoping
both those rides are spectacular.
They really are. So eventually, I'd like to take him to Disney California Adventure, but for Avengers Campus alone, because of all the characters: Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Wasp. They're all there, but the tickets are so flippin' expensive.
Really?
That for that little area, it's not worth $150 a person,
Yeah.
So I want to wait until if they're planning on opening up one more ride in that area, maybe then at that point, maybe I'll take him. And then again, maybe hopefully the hype will go down a little bit after it's open.
Right.
Was God and Salsa filmed on set or an actual location? Well,
all the above. Predominantly, like for example, the actual church sequences I was in, that's actually our church.
That was our church.
Oasis of the Valley. Mm-hmm. So that was our church, which was very different, talking to cameras and all that. And then some of the other scenes, the rooftop scenes, the apartment scenes, those were actually done in real apartments. There was there were things that were places that were converted to suit God and Salsa, as most Hollywood does. But actually done on a set, let's say a soundstage in Burbank. No, none of that. Everything was done on location.
Who's his favorite Marvel character?
Ooh.
Y'all know mine. Here's where his is at.
I would say, predominantly because of the first movie. The second one, not so much.
I'm intrigued. I want to know this too.
Doctor Strange would be one of my...
that's my favorite.
My favorites.
Love it.
Right behind them, then it becomes the list. After that, I would say, maybe Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, now I'm going down the list. All the Avengers,
Yeah.
Although I do have a real soft spot for Black Widow, so that's a whole other thing.
Dear God.
She can arrest me anytime she wants,
I'm sure a lot of these guys think the same thing. What country would he add to Epcot World Showcase? When's the last time you've been to Epcot?
20 years ago now.
So do you remember what's there?
No.
What countries?
No.
They have Canada, or I call it Canada. Canada, Mexico. They do have Germany. They do have German beers there too. Italy, Paris, Morocco.
Do they have the Netherlands there?
No, I don't think they do.
Then I would say let's add the Netherlands to it.
There you go.
When I was there, I got to speak at a church there several years ago at the Netherlands, and some of those beautiful Dutch windmills, they're real windmills that are there and stuff. That may be really nice.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Will you come to Paris one day? I don't know if you're talking about him or me, but I think both of us would be yes.
Paris?
We'd love to, right?
Absolutely. We have a mutual friend in France that lives in Annecy. So,
we do.
Yeah.
Did you both grow up in LA? I did. He did not.
I grew up in New York.
Yeah, so he's New York bred, born, whatever. He can tell you where I live, clearly. Christina's disappointed moments. What was that? You guys are a lot alike. We hear that a lot, too.
Hey, what's really funny is I don't know if you all know Adam Ferreira. That's a friend of Christina's, Adam and his wife.
He's a comedian.
And we've gone to see Adam, the two of us. Sometimes we've gone with Karen, her mom, my wife, obviously. But a couple of times we've gone ourselves. And before Adam comes out, because he knows us, but before he comes out, there are these warm-up acts. Mm-hmm. And more than once, the last time, you can tell them that story, we get just...
all the time, too.
Yeah, they think we're a couple.
Yeah, so they asked my dad, he said, hey, they picked us out. So how long have you known her?
No, how long have you been together?
How have you been together? And I said, all my life. Oh my gosh. I was going to say he has an accent, but that's not Californian.
No, it's not. And it will, as my wife would say, if I get upset or intense, my New York comes out.
Really, when he gets intense. When my brother and I were younger, oh yeah, you'd hear it. And you run the opposite direction. So cool. Come to Disneyland Paris, and I'd love to meet you guys. Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be spectacular, yeah.
Actually,
really
the
good.
Hansen fam, they're going to Disneyland Paris in March.
I'll be in Switzerland in April, but that's probably
He does a lot more traveling than I do. I need to get out more. Thank you. I watch more of your dad's content. Oh, Undead Bagel, we had a discussion recently about some scripture, and I sent him one of your links to one of your videos. So that's right.
Hey, feel free to reach out. Do you have more questions you want to interact? I'm good.
Absolutely. And just so you know, he does have a TikTok. He hasn't posted anything on it yet.
Yes, well, I will figure this out sooner or later.
I'm going to help him with it. Can your dad please say, I'm walking here in his New York accent? Go for it.
What's that now?
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
See, there you go.
What the hell is wrong with you?
No, that was Tammy Pescatelli. Oh, yeah. There's still certain words that he says that are very New York.
Oh, yeah. In California, they cough. For me, you cough.
I say donkey. He says.
Donkey.
I say hawthorn. He says.
Hawthorn.
There you go. Oh my God, that's great. It's fun because, seriously, growing up with him, he has less of the accent now. I don't know what it was, but even after I was born, I remember still... he was like half Californian, half New Yorker.
It was 30 years ago.
Well, I just saying it. Things have changed. New Yorkers aren't good with personal space. Are they?
Depends. If you're on the subway, I can totally relate to that. I totally understand.
Well, since COVID,
you're like this, on the subway.
And since COVID, well, things have changed since COVID. Even New Yorkers are like, give me my space. D-Lo, good to see you. D-Lo's a regular here. She says, hello, Christina and Dad. I'm sorry, I should tell you. His name's John, just so you know. I never even said his name. So I just said, my dad. That's John. Dad's favorite food / drink items at Disney or Universal?
At Disney or Universal? Well, I think for Disneyland, most of the time I'll go toward the hamburgers. Now, from California Adventure, it's the beer.
Right.
If I'm on Disney side, well, I don't do much sodas anymore, stuff like that, trying to keep my manly figure intact. So I can't say I have a favorite drink in Disneyland. Water.
He likes water.
Water.
At Universal, you have the butterbeer.
Butterbeer was very good. I still have the glass.
And the beers?
The beers were good there in Universal.
Did you like the beers?
Yeah, it was doing good. You get desperate and you can't go anywhere else. You have to drink the beer there.
It
can be painful.
30 years ago, Christina can't be a day above 25. Oh, I wish that were true. I wish. Hi, Christina. Christina's dad. Hi, Missy. Good to see you again. I can see where you get your humor from, Christina. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Even my mom will go, yeah.
I have the right to remain... Mom's
not here. It's okay.
Yeah, I always say I have the right to remain silent. Anything I say can and will be used against me in the court of Karen.
My mom, Karen. And no, not a Karen. Her name is Karen.
Yeah, her real name is Karen.
She's not a Karen.
Well, we also call her she who must be obeyed, but that's another story.
He calls her she who must be obeyed. I leave.
Well, now you can.
I can now. What's your favorite sitcom? As of now or ever? Because one of my favorites still to this day, or I have two favorites from growing up, was Smallville and Alias.
Sitcom?
TV sitcom. What are those?
Smallville's not
sitcoms.
Not a sitcom.
Okay. What are they called then? Just series?
Series, yeah.
What's a sitcom? Just funny?
Sitcom would be Big Bang Theory.
That is a good one too.
Happy Days back in the day. Those are sitcoms.
Situation
comedy.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So, I don't know. What's yours?
Well, from starting recent, moving backwards, I would say definitely Big Bang Theory. Before that, Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Before that, I did watch like Laverne and Shirley when I was young. Happy Days when they were.
I like the Dick Van Dyke Show from back then.
That's way back now.
I like that one a lot.
Dick Van Dyke
I would
used to watch that. Yeah.
I Love Lucy.
You sure?
Happy Days I would watch early in the morning before school. Big Bang Theory is definitely a good one.
Yeah, very good.
I'm trying to think. Schitt's Creek.
Yep.
That's probably my favorite. That right there.
Schitt's Creek was very good.
Is one of my favorites.
Good. Yeah. Also, if you're out from the UK area, I definitely enjoyed those. Some would consider maybe the language a little strong, even though I have a preacher watching. What's the strong language? Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. We're so human, guys.
I'll drink to that. It was called Mrs. Brown's Boys, which I thought was quite funny. You haven't seen that yet?
No.
I think I played a little bit for you.
Is this the one with John Travolta?
No. Mrs. Brown's Boys is about...
oh, yes, you did! With his name playing her.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The last minute, the original actress that was going to play Mrs. Brown took ill, so the writer, the guy, got dressed up as Mrs. Brown, and it went so well that they did several seasons, and Mrs. Brown was actually a guy the whole way through. That was kind of fun.
It is actually really funny, but it is off color. It depends on your taste. My mother has BritBox.
Yes,
watches.
it's on BritBox.
Oh, all of those series. Okay, so you're familiar
Yeah.
with that as well too, Missy Ann. Oh my gosh. Yeah, people laughed at me because I didn't know sitcom. I thought of TV series. Sorry. And there's the fandom again. You notice I said Smallville. I said Alias. I like The Flash. I like all those. What's your ethnicity, Christina? So half Italian.
The better
half. Half Cajun French, which being Cajun includes actually a lot of other ethnicities as well too. So,
as my wife calls herself, a mutt.
So half purebred, half mutt. That makes me a mutt. So, yeah.
I did my best. I tried.
But I will say probably physical features, I probably lean more towards the Italian side with the light skin, the dark hair, dark eyes. I have a lot more of that. Like one of my kids is very darker, she has darker skin, which is more the Cajun side. Love keeping up appearances. I can relate. What do you mean? I think I missed that. I missed what that was, Missy. I'm sorry. But yeah, so he's definitely responsible for that. If you ask his favorite superhero, it's Superman. That's why if you saw in all me posting what was going on this week, I had a Superman background, knowing it's his favorite.
I should show you the chair I sit in my office.
We could show you.
We'll do that toward the end of this.
Favorite Harry Potter movie. You have a favorite though already, don't you? Because your favorite character is
Snape. What's his name?
Professor
again?
Snape.
Snape. I love that actor.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman was just
to
me. He almost stole Harry Potter at times. Not the character Harry Potter, but there were scenes he was in with other characters that I was just very drawn to him. I thought he was really great. So I don't know what would be my favorite. It's kind of interesting. The first two I really enjoyed. The kind of middle two were good. Mm-hmm. They moved the story forward. But I would say also the last two, which is really one.
7 part 1, 7 part 2.
Yeah, that was spectacular. It's kind of hard to say. It's like asking me,
I feel the same
what's
way.
your favorite original 3 Star Wars movies? 4, 5, and 6. I'll start with Empire Strikes Back, but But
you like all of them.
Yeah, you wind up liking
absolutely.
all of them. Yeah.
I agree with that. I may age myself, but Family Matters was a great sitcom. Oh, that was a good one.
Family Matters was great too,
that was
with
a
Michael J. Fox. Yeah, wasn't he in that one? Family Matters.
Family Matters was Urkel.
Urkel. I'm sorry,
Steve Urkel.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one. Then what's the name of the one with
Fox?
Michael J. Fox?
Fox. That was shoot. You guys are gonna say it in the comments, right? I totally blanked out.
That was another quote, something family or something like that.
Folks, in the comments, put that down. It's okay, you don't even need to. They'll answer in a second.
Okay.
These guys are on top of it. Family Ties.
Family Ties.
See?
Family Matters, Family Ties. I got tied up with that.
Family Tied. Let's see everybody say. I told you they'd answer. I miss Alan Rickman.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, absolutely.
What's
That's
your
a loss.
dad's favorite theme park? Do you have? You're not as much into theme parks as you used to.
Bayreuth.
He's talking about a city in Germany.
See, if I was to pick one, though.
Thank you, Marina. See you next time. Thank you so much for swinging by. Marina has to go.
I don't know. I guess it's hard to say. It's kind of a cross between Disneyland and Universal right now.
Yeah. Does Dad own any lightsabers?
Yes, I do. I have 3, actually. 2 of which are in storage, which is my Luke Skywalker. Mm-hmm. And I also have Darth Vader's. And then, which goes back years. I got those well over 15 years ago. And then recently I think it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You did. You got Obi-Wan's, I think, last time we were together.
Shelf,
yeah. What's his favorite beer? Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, I would say, gosh, what's the name of it? I could actually show you a picture of it. I think I have it.
Has he been in Disneyland Paris? No.
No, not yet. I have yet to go to France.
I want to go to France. So
I have yet
to
go to France. I think it's by Acton is the name of the company, or the brewery, and I think it's called Sveckel. It's kind of a cloudy beer.
You got speckles all over you. Speckles.
If you got speckles all over.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. The things I have to put up with.
Oh, be quiet.
Let's see if I can find a picture of it for you. I will do that.
It's gonna show you a speckle.
A speckle. It sounds really bad.
It does.
Especially if you do it with a Jewish accent.
It does. It's a Jewish accent. Oh my gosh.
This is what a speckle looks like. It's in that type of...
is that the can? Or
no,
is
it's
that
not a can. That's
a glass?
That's actually a ceramic. It's served in a cold ceramic mug. So
that's Germany?
Yes, that's Germany. That's
Dang, I need to try
that's
that.
at the that's at a restaurant called Oscar in Germany. Another excellent one by Octon is called Lenbier, which is a dark beer. That's really good. And then, of course, the pièce de résistance. If you like wheat beer, it's called Meisselsweisse. That's a very good beer. What does that tell you about me if I have pictures of beer on my phone?
It's like Hefeweizen, but definitely a step higher.
Yeah, it's really good. It is a Hefeweizen, but it's, yeah.
Let's see. I'm missing some. Let me go back here. John, your daughter powered through Halloween Horror Nights a while ago. You should have been there. I showed him a clip, I think. Remember me and Andrew?
Yeah.
Thanks to Cheyenne. Oh my gosh, it was terrifying. That was horrible. Oh.
Yeah, she did.
That was terrible. Christina trying to out dad joke. Wait, I think you mean probably out joke my dad, because I can never do that. He's better at it than me. Wait, is Eat Sleep Positivity here? I don't know if you're here. If you are, say hi, Jose, because I know you're usually on the TikTok. A Yiddish accent. Oi, I'm Jewish, so I just heard it in my head.
Yeah.
Hi, Christina and Christina's dad.
Hi.
Hi, Evelyn. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yes, I'm so glad because, they're always asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know. And the funny thing is, I did tell them that my favorite ride at Disneyland is Indiana Jones. Mm-hmm. But I told them at the very beginning, my dad can tell you this, when I first got on it, I shoved my head in his shoulder and his arm.
Was under my arm
so
the whole time,
scared,
screaming.
I couldn't do it.
She couldn't see it.
And now it's my favorite. It's horrible.
So it's kind of like the Chernobog thing.
There you go.
So
Indiana Jones is my Chernobog. Yes. Okay. Disney Dad, thank you for the rose. You're right. It is kind of like overcoming my fear. And now it's my favorite.
There it is.
That's strange. But it's subconscious. Anyway, that's a lot to dig in there. By the way, so just so you can understand, this is the likes, people, the hearts that you see going up. People like this feed. This is how many people are viewing right now.
Okay. And
everybody's commenting there, and it shows you who's joining and liking and everything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to follow the. I've got with my trifocal.
Are you able to see it?
It's a little. That's why if I keep going like this, you wonder if I'm like, what's wrong with him? It's because I'm actually trying to see you. But yeah, I was trying to read some of the comments as they were going by.
Yeah. So, do you have any more questions for my dad or me or CMM or the new subscriber thing, which is pretty darn cool? I'm trying to think if there's anything else to mention.
How does the subscriber thing work? Where's that?
That's brand new. Okay. So, it's similar to Patreon, to where now TikTok has a subscriber program where people, if they feel led to, can subscribe to my TikTok channel. They do have little perks here and there, but they donate monthly.
Okay.
Towards CMM, and everything. Just so you know, everything that comes from subscribers or your gifts all goes towards Christina's Magical Moments. At least as of now, until maybe it'll become an actual career at some point. But everything is going towards Christina's Magical Moments and paying off debt and everything. Missy, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. So it's very, very helpful because I have spent a lot of money on Christina's Magical Moments. Don't regret it at all. I love what I do. I love bringing you guys the magic and everything. It's so fun. Let's see. I do the same thing with my glasses, so I get it. Oh, looking. Thank you. How did you first introduce Christina to Disney? I think I remember this one. It was Fantasia, wasn't it? Besides the picture.
I believe it was Bambi, the first one.
Oh, was it Bambi?
It was Bambi.
I still can't watch it to this day.
Yeah, it was Bambi.
I can't do it.
And then it was all the Disney, back then, we had videos. VHSs. So,
we're aging ourselves.
So we would just put them on constantly for her. She would like them. And you liked them all, really. I can't really think of one that you didn't.
I don't think I disliked any.
No. Even Bambi you would watch more than once. Maybe you didn't understand all that was going on.
Bambi, Little Mermaid, Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I remember having all those VHSs.
Yeah, the older ones.
Yeah.
the older ones, Pinocchio.
I still love Pinocchio.
You know, Snow White.
Despite what y'all think. I know a lot of people don't like Pinocchio.
Really?
But for me, there's a deeper
You
spiritual
got a
meaning
problem
to
with
it.
somebody with a big nose.
Oh my gosh. You guys are hilarious. What Disney ride would he get rid of or retheme?
It's not really a ride, but the first thing that came to mind was the Bear Jamboree thing.
It's gone.
It
It's
is
at
gone?
Walt Disney World. No,
Sorry.
it's at Walt Disney World. It's not here at, it became Winnie the Pooh, the Winnie the Pooh ride. She
Which scared the crap out of me.
What?
Remember?
Oh yes, okay. There's a story behind this. We gotta share that with you. So
Winnie the Pooh scared me. Yes, it's true.
So let me share this story. Let me make sure I go through the comments. Just notice his back. Yikes, Bambi. Yeah. Okay, so before we go forward in the comments, so let me explain. Disney Dad goes, "It was the Heffalump portion, wasn't it?"
No, it's actually the very end of the ride.
So my dad hates bugs. All bugs.
Particularly wasps and bees.
So, which is weird because they're all over Germany. Anyway, but...
I don't like them there either.
And they're German over there, man. So they're real. But anyway, so... So we're at the end of the ride, and you know, if you've been on Winnie the Pooh, they have the beehive as you exit the ride. Well, he heard the buzzing.
They have the buzzes, and it sounded, three-dimensional. So I'm like, I'm ducking. And she's like, I was about to bury my head in her.
He was. I was next to him. I swear he almost crawled right over me to get off of the ride. So it was so funny. But yeah, and I'm talking about German wasps and stuff because I went to Germany before, and yeah, they really don't care.
At least in Bayreuth. I don't know what the rest of Germany's like, but the wasps.
It's the wasp in particular. They're real strict.
They don't care. I mean, you'd be sitting eating a very good, maybe Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, see, Andreas is here too.
So
he can probably tell you.
I don't know if it's like that, Andreas with Leipzig. I don't remember because we were inside when we had dinner that night. But we're outside in Bayreuth, and all of a sudden it's like
excuse me?
7-8 wasps just all over your Wiener Schnitzel, and they don't care what you're doing.
They don't care. They're like, thank you. Appreciate you buying this for me.
Yeah. Vielen Dank, Get off of there,
Hi, Giggles. Good to see you. People are saying, oh no, the Beehive speakers. I hate the ending.
Yeah, you do too. Thank you. Somebody feels me.
So he didn't like the Bee movie either. I don't know if you've seen the Bee movie with, oh my gosh, who's in Seinfeld? Jerry Seinfeld. He was the lead voice actor for that
I don't
film.
remember. I don't know if I saw Bee.
It was kind of stupid, to be honest, but that's okay. That's just me. And that's coming from a Disney
fan.
fan.
It was a B movie. Get it?
It was
a
B movie. But yeah, that's what he was terrified of. Of all things to be terrified of, he'd be like, yeah, I'm the New Yorker, I got this, And then B comes around and he's bolted. Although, actually, if you see Universal's J, I hung out with Joseph. You met Joseph from Universal Studios. Mm-hmm. So we were eating our food, and a yellow jacket decides he wants some chicken. And I'm like, can you please go away? Can you just go away? And so I didn't know Joseph was recording himself. So you hear me going, look, he just pulled off a piece of me. And he gives you this look like, what are you talking about? I got to show you that video after. It's hilarious. Dad, what are your opinions on Christina's amazing Oogie Boogie Bash costume? My Madame Leota.
Oh man, all those costumes were spectacular, absolutely spectacular. And she recently showed me the video of her trying to get something to drink with that big thing around her neck.
My margarita, it was horrible.
She couldn't get it to her.
I got to show you guys that.
Awesome.
It's funny.
I think all of you that was there. It's Andrew, Christina.
It was Andrew, Sunny Hansen, and Amy Hansen.
And I mean, you guys just rocked it. You just really rocked it.
People actually pictures.
What I thought too when I first saw the picture, I thought it was a picture you took of people that were like,
oh really?
What do they call them? Characters?
Yeah.
At Disneyland. At Disneyland, that's what I thought, or Universal.
Our
That's
makeup
what I thought
artist,
they were. Yeah.
Stephanie, was amazing.
Yeah.
She did so good for Sunny. I mean, they pulled out the Hatbox Ghost and she tried to mimic the exact thing. For mine, she used like spray makeup, what do you call it, airbrush.
Okay.
And she made it off the classic Madame Leota, which is more of a gray color as opposed to a dark blue like the new one. So that was really cool. Yes, your costumes are fantastic. Yeah, if it didn't cost so much, I would do it again. But now I'm thinking, okay, tax deduction. Hopefully that helps. But it was amazing. And so next year, I mean, there's no real surprise. Well, maybe to him, he didn't know. But next year, we are going on a Disney cruise for Halloween. And the Hansons decided, hey, we want to go too. So the Hansons are going to go on the same cruise.
Oh, cool.
So because we're going to be out on sea for Halloween, we're going to dress up as the 7 dwarfs. Because there's 7 of us.
Who's going to be Dopey?
Their son Trevor. Not me. I'm going to be bashful. Anyway.
Grumpy.
Actually, Sunny claimed that one. I'm not grumpy. My middle name is Joy. Leave me alone.
Dopey Joy.
Dopey Joy. I do think I'm more fitting than Dopey, though. Some things I say, I'm like, did that really just come out of my mouth? Did I really just say that?
Take after your mother.
They said I take after you, so what does that say?
When Dopey things comes out, you have to...
Oh, you gotta know my mom. It's very innocent and nice. It's funny.
The famous one, I'll tell you this story. Gotta stop what you're doing and just listen for a second. This is true. This is about 20 years ago in church. And we were having these men's meetings.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm about to tell you made it into Reader's Digest and won an award because one of our members submitted it to Reader's Digest. But this is how it goes. Now, somebody mentioned Family Matters earlier, the Steve Urkel thing. So you may remember on Friday nights, they had what was called TGIF, right? So they had Family Matters and a couple of other shows, one with Suzanne Summers, all those, right? Yeah. Okay. So on Friday nights, once a month at my house, I'd have these men's meetings, and my wife would go into our room and watch TGIF to give the guys their time of sharing and talking. Well, this one particular Friday night, only one guy came. So we still had our meeting. So come Sunday morning, we're at church, and for some reason, her mother decides maybe if a woman gets up and encourages the men to come, they would come more. Okay? So she gets up and says this, we have these wonderful men's meetings on Friday nights once a month at our house. But last Friday, only one man came, and I'm not going into the bedroom for just one man.
That's my mom. And she had no idea. It just shows her innocence and pureness.
The congregation was laughing.
And she's like, what?
And she's saying this from the pulpit. I'm not going into the bedroom for just one man. And literally that made it into Reader's Digest. And that was, That's just one. We actually have a list of things called Karenisms.
It's true. So
that's where she gets it.
So if there's anything that, Andrew cracked me up as the gravedigger. Yes, although to me he looked like Doc Brown. The number of lounge flies you could have bought for the price of the makeup. Right? Anyway, you're not bashful. Sometimes it depends. I can mask if I have to and say thank you. Your husband seems bashful. Oh, Andrew. Andrew's actually not that bashful. He's not bashful. Andrew bashful? Andrew's sleepy.
He can be.
Andrew'd be sleepy.
Oh, we're still talking. I thought you meant in real life. Is he bashful? I was like, yeah, well, a little bit.
It depends on the circumstance.
Sleepy. Oh, yeah.
See?
Sleepy.
Even he knows. Sleepy.
Be anywhere with Andrew and
he can fall asleep anywhere. Hello, Christina Sand. Hi, Alejandra. She actually joins us on Talk to Me Tuesday with Adam Ferrara sometimes.
Oh, great.
So she's...
So you know Adam.
So
great.
She knows Adam. We were talking about Adam earlier. Melissa, oh, Mom, yeah. What is his first impression of Andrew? Oh, boy.
My first impression?
Yeah, they know who Andrew is. So,
okay.
Because Andrew's been featured several times.
Honestly, he came to take her to
my prom.
Senior prom. And both of us, my wife verbalized it before I did, because then I even made like a DVD, which still exists, of that senior prom.
I have
event.
A copy of that. Okay. Yeah.
And we both knew, he's gonna be the guy. And about 3 months into from that started the relationship. about 3 months into that, she's like, I'm not sure if he's the one for me, etc. And we responded with, well, if you don't want him, we still do. So would you object for us inviting him on Thanksgiving and Christmas? Because they seems to work with the family very well.
Yeah.
So fortunately, we don't have to invite him separately now. He does come.
No, he does come willingly and on his own, if he chose to. No, it's a great relationship between my brother and both my parents. And we all get along very, very well. I'm very, very blessed. Andrew's going to be sleepy, right? Absolutely. He met Adam Farr two times in person. Yes, we met him a couple times, several times actually. Well, for me.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a really, really great guy. But yeah, Andrew said he wishes he could be here, by the way. Just want to let you know, because I know I posted a picture of the three of us. It was my dad, me, and Andrew. But Andrew's working very hard.
I was just said they fell asleep.
Yeah, he's in the bedroom sleeping right now. He's too tired for this. Which would totally be an Andrew move anyway. Like, I'm tired. But yeah. So, any further questions or comments or anything? Or I'm going to probably wrap up here. And there is a lag, so I'm going to wait a couple minutes. Who is his favorite comedian?
Mine?
Yep. Dead or alive, I guess.
John Panette would be one of them.
Oh,
and Adam Ferreira would probably be the two right now.
Any past comedians? I know who mine is. I don't know if he's not a stand-up comedian, but he's a comedian.
I assumed you meant stand-up in light of the context of talking about Adam Ferreira just a little bit ago. So stand-up wise, John Panette definitely. Adam Ferreira for sure. Trying to think back, was there anybody? Well, back in the day, we're now talking 70s, he was controversial because he raised points to both political and social issues, but he was quite witty as he did it. His name was a guy by the name George Carlin. Don't know if you know that name.
I don't even know that name. I mean, I know the name. I don't know who that is, though. As far as someone in a comedy movie, for me, Jerry Lewis was one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
I love Jerry Lewis. And his explanation was the reason why he thought he was so funny is because he was an adult acting like a child. That's what he said in one of his interviews, but he was fantastic. Miss you all. I miss you too, Robin. I miss you too already. You gotta come to California again. Wait, Christina, you don't know George Carlin? I don't.
I'll have to find a video of George Carlin. He was the guy that
a lot of people
when they came out with birth control, for example, he decided that when the birth control goes over the counter, they will have special names like womb broom, popper stopper, maybe baby. Yeah,
that does sound funny. And I'm 30. Well, it depends. Like, I know classic things. It depends on how your upbringing. If you're 30 and you know George Carlin, awesome. I am familiar with the Thunderbirds and Supercar, and it just depends on who raised 60s, you. So
60s, yeah.
Oh my God, George Carlin was amazing. So a lot of people really like George Carlin. All right, I'm trying to wrap up here. Yes, Carlin. See, everybody knows about me. Okay, so I need to pull up a YouTube and I'm gonna look up. Let me see if I can look him up. See what he at least looks like. Oh, Amy. Hi, I'm at the school, and of course it blocked me on Wi-Fi. Please tell your dad hi. Aww. Amy said hi.
Hi, Amy.
She's one of the Hansons, the Hanson family. The Hanson family.
For some reason, whenever you say Hansons, I think of a kid band that was together at one time. Wasn't that the Hansons? Wasn't there a band called the Hansons?
Are you about the three guys?
I don't know. Is that right?
Oh, George Carlin. Yes, I know the face. Okay. Yeah. I never heard his comedy, but I do know who he is. I apologize. Yes, I do. I do know who he is. Why did I just screenshot? That was kind of dumb. I want to come down in December. Oh, that'd be so fun. Let me know what dates when you figure that out. But I know. Yeah.
Hansons.
Yeah, the Hansons.
From Oklahoma.
I never listened to them. I was more of like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys at that time, and all of the classic Jerry Lewis movies were great too.
Yes.
Well, they brought me up on the Nutty Professor.
The original, yeah.
That just still to this day, my favorite bit is when he's walking through the hallways and his shoes squeak, and then he takes off his shoes, and then his socks squeak, and he looks directly at the camera, irritated. There's one of his funniest bits, and I'm pretty sure you can't play on TikTok. Oh, really? For George Carlin? Yes, they were brothers, the Hansons. Yeah, see, that's why I was never into them. The bellboy, yes.
Yeah,
there was
Bellboy's
Cinderfella.
Great. They're all so good. And back before then, the combination of Lewis and Martin was spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, which is an unlikely duo to me, Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. Because Dean Martin was...
They worked, boy.
Oh, At War with the Army. That, to me, was my favorite time they were together, when they did At War with the Army.
No, they did.
And that's a black and white Jerry Lewis film.
Sure.
Yeah. Martin and Lewis.
Martin and Lewis.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, Missy. Yeah.
There's always these duos. You have Martin and Lewis. You have Martin Short and Steve Martin. That are just good.
Laurel and Hardy was one way back.
You have some good ones.
Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello.
Abbott Costello, the Who's on First bit is still the best.
The classic.
Oh, as well as the when they exchange money. I'll give you $2.20.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Danny Kaye and Bing Crosby.
Yes.
Now we're talking about classics. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Very good.
Well, alrighty, folks. We have been on for about...
It's just an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. But I'm so glad you guys were able to join us. It's so cool featuring my dad.
It's great meeting you.
I will go ahead and put in his handle so you can follow if you'd like. Dr. John Mastro. Again, it's mostly going to be on spirituality and self-awareness, or if you want to explain what that's about.
Sure. I'm probably not going to be starting my TikTok, which may or may not be of interest to you, but probably it looks like maybe December, January, when the new book comes out. I'm also a writer. I've written several books. The new book will be out in January, Lord willing. It's been several years in the writing, so somewhere around there.
Well, do you want to, or how about this? If where can they find your stuff? Where they can they find or get a hold of you or contact you regarding spirituality?
Well, first of all, of course, Facebook by my name. You're welcome to do that. If you want to email me directly, you can email. I have two emails. Maybe you want to type one in, drjohn@togetherisone.net.
Sure.
That'll be one. Another one, of course, is then I have a website, Mastro, MASTROMIN, mastromin.com. That'll take you to my ministry's website. And then, of course, the church's website, which is TOOASIS.com, which is tooasis.com.
And some of you have watched our YouTube services also.
Yeah, so.
Together as one.
.net.
As one. .net. It's harder to type this way. Dr. John at together as one.net. Okay, right. So that's his email. If you're interested in that. We have the easy one, www.mastromin.
Yeah, Mastromin.
I'll put mastromin.com.
I have books and videos on that as well.
And
of course
Oasis, which is located in my bio. That's where he ministers. That's where I minister on a Sunday morning. And again, I know some of you have actually watched, Luxaloom, the candle company, right? That has Christina's Magical Moments, a candle, and everything. The owner of the company actually watched Mom's service.
Oh, good.
Not too long ago. I think it was when you and I were... Was it when you and I were in New York? Did she minister that week, or was it the week before?
Ralph, she ministered the Sunday I left.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And then Ralph spoke this past
Yes, because I was at Oogie Boogie Bash, and she sent me a message saying thank you for that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Do I see Eat Sleep Positivity in here? Hi, if you're here. But anyway, yes, so this is my dad. His name's John. I'm sorry. You kept saying Christine's dad because I never introduced him as John.
It's okay. The second she was born, I lost my first name to everybody. Oh, you must be Christina's dad. Yeah.
And now I go through that with my kids.
So.
I do. I go through that with my kids. But this is John, last name Mastrogiovanni. Yes, that is my maiden name. It's the reason I got married and shortened it down to
you got
one.
married to get
One
rid of
syllable.
the 14.
I made sure he had one syllable name after Mastrogiovanni. But anyway, so thank you guys so much for joining us. Yeah, be sure to follow him, or if there's a question that you weren't able to, or, we weren't able to answer today, you can ask me and I can ask him. Maybe you can do a little special video of him, or email him, or what have you. But this was fun, folks. So thank you guys for tuning in.
This has been a blessing. It's my first experience with Christina on her TikTok.
On TikTok, it was fun. So thank you all.
What if New Yorkers say TikTok?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok, huh?
TikTok.
Missy says, thank you. Disney Dad, gonna start referring to Christina as John's daughter.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
John's daughter.
That's John's daughter.
That's John's daughter.
John's daughter's magical moments.
Oh
How's
my
that?
God, that's a long title. So thank you again for the support. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. This is Jay Johnson. Bobby Cactus says thank you. So everybody's thanking you for your time and everything.
It's great to get to know you. This is fun.
Yeah, so we'll do more of this. Maybe feature Dad again in the future. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to figure out something
if you're interested in this kind of thing.
I'm sure. I love people, so.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, folks. I hope you have a magical weekend. Stay tuned for more magical content, and thank you again for subscribing. Crazy, I have subscribers. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Take it easy, guys. Be good.